Thank you for watching Mystic Private Eye, Montana Missing Persons Files. In this edition, we're going to focus on Jaime Grossman. Jaime was born on April 15, 1987, raised in Billings, Montana with her three younger brothers by a single mother. Jaime graduated from Billings Senior High in 2005 and later went on to become the mother of two young daughters. About 2 years before she went missing, Jaime started getting into drugs and alcohol. Her mother, Leslie Taft, cut off communications with her, giving Jaime some tough love in an attempt to get her to sober up, hoping that she would be there more for her daughters. During this time, Jaime started dating a man by the name of Frank Hummintree. Shortly before March 17, 2012, the couple had been living in a motel on First Avenue in Billings, Montana. It was not specified which motel the couple were staying at. There are a few visible in that location on Google Maps. However, the couple's struggle with drugs and alcohol led to their pending eviction. On Friday, March 16th, police say Frank and Jaime accepted an offer from friends to move into a trailer home on Hillner Lane in Lockwood, Montana. The move was supposed to take place on Saturday, March 17th. However, on the evening of the 16th into the morning of the 17th, Jaime and Frank were seen at a party in Hillner Lane. Unclear if it's the same location they were planning on moving into or not, but it seems likely given the location. Nicole Merchant, who was living in the home where the party took place, said that Grossman and her boyfriend had left the house a little before 2 a.m. Merchant stated that the two appeared to be in a good mood and were getting along well when they had left the house, even though the couple did have a history of fighting and alleged physical abuse. This was the last time Jaime was seen by anyone other than Frank Hummintree. On the morning of March 17th, Jaime did not show up to work at the Golden Corral. She also called and canceled the scheduled meeting with the father of her baby. She was supposed to have visitations with her child that day. She called the father around 8:45 in the morning, stating that she was sick. However, Frank said that he took Jaime to the convenience store on First Avenue North in Billings, Montana, where the meeting was supposed to have taken place. He claims that he saw Jaime getting into a blue vehicle and that was the last time he ever saw her. Store security cameras, however, showed no sign of them being there that morning. Frank was taken in for questioning by the police regarding the case. However, he showed up with a lawyer and declined to give a statement. It seems odd that if he was concerned about his missing girlfriend, why he was so unwilling to talk to investigators. This did make him their number one suspect, but given the lack of evidence and his unwillingness to cooperate with the police, they have not been able to take it any further. After Jaime went missing, someone was using her ID around town. The police were able to pull a print off one of the pawn tickets and determine it was not Jaime. However, there was no more details on who it was or how they had come to have Jaime's identification. There is also mention of a guy confronting Frank and one of Jaime's brothers, saying that Jaime is dead, but there was not much more information to be found about this subject. No mention of the man's name or why or how he had gotten this information. The police also stated that there was some other information that regarding her boyfriend had taken her to Las Vegas and left her there, or that she was in Everett, Washington. A psychic even got involved and said Jaime was somewhere near Hardin, Montana. However, all these leads were dead ends. While I was researching this case, I had a lucid dream about Jaime. I decided to include it in this video on the off chance there is some information that could help with the investigation. The dream started off in a warehouse-type building. I couldn't tell if it was a mechanic's garage or not, but it was dirty and there was clutter everywhere. I was with Jaime and seeing everything in a third-person perspective. It was late at night and the phone rings. An office lady answered it. She says that it's regarding payroll. I somehow know that this payroll is for an illegal operation. The lady went on to say that Jamie's payroll was being affected in a negative way. Jamie was not going to be receiving what she had expected. This made Jamie very upset. She asked the office lady about someone else's payroll and mentioned a name. I can't remember what the name was. The office lady said that yes, theirs had been affected as well. Jamie, still upset, stated that they were targeting her and the people closest to her because of an incident that happened prior, and that it was not fair. I don't know what the incident was, and it was not explained. The dream then changed. Jamie, me, and another female were leaving the warehouse through either a side or back entrance. A little ways out, there were 3 outer buildings. They were kind of hard to make out because it was dark, but we headed for the middle one. The inside looked like it was just an untidy storage shed. Stuff was dirty and unorganized, laying about. We walked into the building a ways, and there was a hatch in the floor. It was a perfect square shape, and when Jamie opened it, there was bright lights coming out. Jamie referred to this place as her fort, which seemed odd to me because it was more like a cellar or a basement. When we went down into the fort, it was much different from the upstairs. Down here, it was clean with bright lights and everything looked shiny. Jamie left me and the other female and went into another area of the fort. We could hear what sounded like a glass bottle clanking around. I remembered thinking that Jamie was drinking some kind of hard alcohol, because in my thoughts, that seemed to be what Jamie did whenever she was upset. I started looking around. I'd seen a coffee maker. My first thought was, wow, this is set up. There's even a coffee pot down here. But then I noticed that it was full of water, not coffee, and it was attached to a big bottle that almost looked like one of those big Culligan water bottles. This confused me. That was the last thing I remember of the dream. I never seen what happened to Jamie or where she went, but the person I was in the dream seemed to think this was important information regarding the case. Jamie sometimes spells her name Jamee and has been known to go by the name Jamie Christine, Southside, and Jamie XX. At the time she went missing, she was 24 years old. She is currently now 33 years old. She was between the height of 5'4" and 5'6" and weighed between 130 and 140 pounds. Jamie does need glasses or contact lens and has some identifying piercings and tattoos. She has been missing for 8 years now, and the family would like to know what happened to her. If you have any information, please contact one of the following numbers. The information for this video came from the following sources. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe and notification button. I'm just getting this channel started and need your help to make it possible.